boot camp before you can graduate, and it's 72 hours long, basically with no sleep, hardly any food, and it's just like a culmination of all the training you've had, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty tough, because at the end of it, we had to hike for 12 miles back to our barracks.
After 3 days
After
of
72 hours of, like, no sleep and no food.
Oh, no food?
It wasn't no food, but it was like, very, very little.
Not enough. And then, was that just hell?
Yeah. But, I mean, like, the feeling of relief we had when we got back was just...
Probably slept for, like, 3 days.
Yeah.
Is there anything you don't like about the Marines?
I mean, yeah. I could go into that and talk about it for a while. There's a lot of stuff. It's just the military, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get screwed over sometimes. It's kind of hard to describe unless you can experience it for yourself, but
like
there's certain things that they'll do that is just...
Like with deploying people, or like with
Not
the way they
deploying
train
people
you?
necessarily, but just kind of the decisions that people make. And like just because they're a higher up, they think that it doesn't matter and they can do whatever they want. And it affects all the people that are lower ranking than them. And they don't. Sometimes they just don't understand that.
Yeah, they just do whatever they want because they're higher.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that in the world, but nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
What, would you have any benefits after the Marines, like, in the real world?
Yeah. Well, if I get deployed, I can get what's called a GI Bill. And I could either use that to pay for all of my college, or I could use that, like, if I get married and say I pass away or something, then that GI Bill, it'll get it in my dependent. And I don't know how much money it is exactly, but it's a very substantial amount to
like your wife.
Yeah, like say my wife and my kids.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like enough to support them and make sure that my loss is not gonna be so hard.
So when people are overseas, does their family get money, or how does that work?
You can set it up that way, so that if you're overseas, the money that you're getting will go to your dependents, or
so you get paid to be in the Marines.
Yes.
Like a good amount, or just.
I know this is gonna be a little bit of it. A little more than what most people get, but I know a staff sergeant that he went to Afghanistan for I think 8 months, and he came back with $55,000 because he didn't spend like anything.
Yeah. So you don't have to pay for food or anything, right? Or do you?
No, you don't have to pay for food because we call it the chow hall, and we can eat there 3 meals a day for free.
Yeah.
But a lot of Marines just kind of like
was it good
go
at all?
eat fast food and stuff, and waste their money. But
was the food good? I mean,
it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it's definitely edible.
Yeah, I mean,
for free.
Yeah, if it's free, you can't go wrong either. What would you tell someone thinking about joining?
Well, first off, I'd have to try and make sure they know the seriousness of the decision they're about to make. Yeah. It's a life-changing thing. I thought going into it I was going to come out and be the same guy I was, but it's not like that. It definitely is life-changing, and it's a serious decision. And it's a commitment for six years or whatever you sign a contract for. I signed for 6 years, so basically signed away 6 years of my life just to the Marine Corps. That's what I would tell them, just to make sure they know how serious it is, not to take it lightly.
So, like, those 6 years, are you, like, can you move up within those 6 years in that contract?
Like my rank?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You can just move up whenever?
Yeah, there's 9 enlisted ranks. Like I said, I'm a Lance Corporal, so that's the 3rd one. And by my 6 years, I really want to get out as a sergeant, which is the 5th one.
The 5th one?
Yeah.
And then what is, like, the 9th one?
9th one is Sergeant Major.
Is there little of them?
No, there's actually a handful of them, but...
What do they do? Do you know?
It depends. A lot of times they're just kind of behind the desk, but...
They're just making calls or something?
Yeah.
Just kind of... Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you see a Sergeant Major, you gotta straighten up.
Will they get on you?
Oh, yeah.
Really hard?
Mm-hmm. Tear you up.
Is it, like, I don't, what goes through your head when somebody's yelling at you in your face? I mean,
You just kind of keep your eyes forward, you know.
and just kind of
Just let
take
them
it
get it out of their system, yeah.
and just
Keep your mouth shut.
Did you ever see anybody like say anything back to him? Be like, most people keep a level head.
I've seen it a few times where a guy will talk back, but as soon as they talk back, they kind of realize like,
I shouldn't have done that.
I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it's probably not a smart thing to do. I don't have any more questions, but I mean, we still have like 6 or 7 minutes. I'm about to do some makeup questions, I guess. Let me think. Do y'all ever use like animals or anything?
Yeah, actually, military police.